點點點. Besides meaning a dot in Cantonese, this Chinese character 點 has other meanings too. Keep watching and we'll go through some together. This Chinese character 點 is one of the frequently used Chinese characters in Cantonese. For example, you may have heard of people using this Chinese character to tell the time, like 一點, which means 1 o'clock. If you're interested in this topic, you can watch this video later, and you can find the link down below. In today's video, we'll mainly focus on two question words, how and why, by using the Chinese character 點.
How in Cantonese.
In general, when we ask how in Cantonese,
we put the Chinese character 點 and an action word together. For example, say in Cantonese can be 講. To ask how to say, it will be 點講.
To make it sound more natural, we will need to add a final particle at the end of the sentence.
Usually, we use a 點講啊,
點講啊.
If you want to ask how to say it in Cantonese, we can ask 廣東話點講啊?
The literal translation is Cantonese, how say. If you want to learn a few more useful phrases, you can check out this video later. Let's look at another example.
知 means know. If we want to express how did you know it, we will ask 你點知㗎?
你點知㗎? The literal translation is you how know.
㗎 here makes an emphasis, which shows that the speaker is being surprised.
One more example.
整 means make. To say how to make it, we can simply ask 點整.
To make it sound more natural, we can add the final particle 㗎點整㗎.
點整㗎, which literally means how make.
If you want to be more specific, simply add the details either at the front of the sentence or after 點整.
蛋撻點整㗎? Or 點整蛋撻㗎?
If you want to add a pronoun, in this case, you can add 你.
你點整蛋撻㗎?
In some cases, we can just use 點 to ask how. Of course, to make it sound more natural, we usually add the final particle at the end.
點啊?
Depending on the context, 點啊 can have slightly different meanings.
Example 1. When you bump into a friend, we can casually greet each other by saying 點啊, which means how are you?
Or you can add 最近 or 近排, which means recently.
最近點啊? 近排點啊? Of course, you can also add 你 at the beginning.
喂，你最近點啊? OK 啦，你近排又點啊？都係咁啦。
Example 2. If you see a friend being upset, you can also ask 點啊 or 你點啊, which both mean how you feeling.
點啊？冇嘢啊嘛？冇乜嘢，唔夠瞓啫。
Example 3.
If you're expecting some news, you can also ask 點啊?
For example, if you want to ask how the interview went, you can ask 點啊 or you can ask 個面試點啊?
點啊？變成點啊? OK 啦。
Why in Cantonese?
Compared with how, it is more straightforward to ask why with using 點 in Cantonese.
All we need to do is to combine 點and 解 together. 點解? For example, we can simply ask 點解嘅?
點解嘅?
The final particle 嘅 here shows the speaker looking for reasons. Of course, it's also common to use as well. 點解啊?
To be more specific, we can add the details after 點解. If you've noticed, it's very common to omit subjects and pronouns in Cantonese sentences.
For example, to ask why are you upset, we can simply ask 點解唔開心嘅?
乜事啊？點解唔開心嘅? To add the pronoun, we can either ask
你點解唔開心嘅?
今日放假，你點解唔開心嘅?
Or 點解你唔開心嘅?
大家都喺度玩緊，點解你唔開心嘅? One more example. To ask Why did the device get broken? We can either ask,
部機點解爛咗嘅？or 點解部機爛咗嘅？
let's summarize by using the following examples.
你點知㗎？你點解會知嘅？
Before we wrap up, let's do a mini test.
Would you ask 你點揾到㗎？or 你點解揾到㗎？ Would you ask 佢哋點嚟嘅？or 佢哋點解嚟嘅？
If you want to go through the 5W1H questions, you can check out this playlist.